So you got burning questions that you want answered for the week 2 of the NBA fantasy basketball season. You're wondering about players like Jalen Duren. Is he going to be able to continue this level of output? You're thinking about players like Walker Kessler. Is he going to continue to stink up the joint? Don't worry, have no fear. In this episode, we're going to answer all your questions and get you ready for week 2 of the NBA fantasy basketball season. We believe every NBA fan that plays fantasy football should also play fantasy basketball. This episode is presented to you by BetOnline. The last of the major pro sports leagues kick off this week, and BetOnline is your top spot for all your NBA action this season. With MLB postseason, NFL and college football, and NHL in full swing, BetOnline is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions. Get everything NBA at your fingertips with both desktop and mobile access for every sport anytime. Head to BetOnline today to get in on the action. Don't forget, use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Now, whether you are tuning in on TikTok, whether you're tuning in on YouTube, man, it's about to go down. We didn't do Twitter this time because I'm feeling like Twitter ain't really the space for this. Like, right? We'll continue to test it out. But honestly, y'all, I'm thinking about moving from the platform that I use, which is Restream.io, and switching to daggone Riverside because we've been having some sound issues. I got to do all kinds of work behind the scenes to make sure that the quality is high for these episodes, and it's just taxing, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, let me make sure I provide you some value. You see the guy on the thumbnail is Jalen Duren. I am blown away by what Jalen Duren has done. Excuse me. What he's done so far in the first week of the NBA season. Keywords, the first week. We just got here. It just started. Be easy. Be easy, relax. Yo, and another thing, please mind me, like I like to have eye contact when we're doing these live streams. And because we got 3 cameras right now, and it's kind of blowing mine a little bit. Like I'm kind of like all over the place. Like these cameras are farting on me, like literally farting on me. So let's talk about Durham before we go any further. And then if you got questions, drop them in the chat. If you got questions, drop them in the chat. We're going to try to get to as many questions as possible. Besides that, we're also going to be announcing the winners of the rookie card competition that we did, or contest, I should say. So we're giving away a Cade Cunningham rookie card, right? Get that right for you. Cade Cunningham rookie card. We're also giving away a Josh Giddey rookie card, right? So these rookie cards are going to be given away tonight. I got a list of all of the people who actually participated. So we're going to be putting them in a hat and picking the winner tonight. But before we do that, let me talk about Jalen Duren. Your man is averaging 33 minutes per game, y'all. Beasting. And big shout to Monty Williams because like he came in and he is just like taking this young core and trying to like squeeze the best out of them. Hey, yo. With that being said, your man Duren is also averaging 18 points a game. Killer. 15.3 rebounds. Yes. 4 assists. Okay. And then 2.7 blocks per game, y'all. Oh my goodness. It's like the Dave Chappelle block party. It is crazy out here. Like, you believe that? Your man is averaging 2.7 blocks. Shish kebabs. Well, listen, how about this? I want to make so let me go ahead and pull up my chat here and see what we got. Perfect. If you got questions, drop them in the chat. First one is from my man Kieran on TikTok. He says, who should I trade Brandon Ingram for? who should I trade Brandon Ingram for? People, when you ask these kind of questions, and this is, again, anyone who's followed my content, you know that I am super welcoming to all. Anyone who's interested and excited about being a part of the fantasy basketball community, I want you to make sure when you get here that you have a safe space, that you feel respected, loved, and appreciated. So with that question, and anyone who asks questions tonight about who you should trade for, who can I get for this guy, like, really, the answer is always the same. It's like, who do you want? Right? So he's saying, who should I trade BI for? And that's my man Kieran, big shot Kieran. Whoever you want. So let's say, for me, I like to have top-heavy rosters. What do I mean by top-heavy? I mean that with my rosters, the top is off. Boobies is out. Hair blowing in the wind. Convertible, right? I want my rosters to have top tier first. If I can get 2 first-round guys in my roster, I'm hyped. 3 first-round guys. I would trade 2 or 3 of my late-round picks to get me a first-round guy. That's the way I like to build my rosters, especially in points leagues. So with a player like Brandon Ingram, if you want to move him, then you got to think about, well, what do I want? Do I want to create a deeper team? So if you want a deeper team, then what you might want to do is offer him for some, like, late round guys who might be putting up value right now. So, like, we got people like Jalen Duren, who we talked about a little bit. We got people like Ben Simmons, who might be making a comeback. You could ask for 2 of those guys for somebody like Brandon Ingram, right? And then on the other side of that coin, if you're trying to build a top heavy roster with like first round guys, second round guys, you could take a player like Brandon Ingram and then offer him something else, and then maybe bring back a Donovan Mitchell or, like a late first rounder like Steph Curry, for example. So it really depends on what you're trying to do, Karen. The next question is from Anthony. Anthony says, is Walker Kessler a drop? This is the question that we are hearing everywhere. And I'm on the record. I'll raise my hand. One thing about me, for believing fantasy basketball, for Robin Marks, guys, if I call it wrong, I'll raise my hand and be like, my bad. I steered the ship the wrong way, right? But we in week 1, y'all. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? It's week 1. So, Anthony, my guy, we got to be easy. Like, if you drafted him, you spent substantial draft capital on him, right? You could have got Alfred Şengün. You could have got Jared Allen. There's a lot of guys. You could have got Jalen Duren, who went way, 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 way after people like Walker Kessler. So at this point in the game, and this is for everybody, we just did an episode. I did an episode where Adam King from Fantasy Basketball International, one of the brightest minds in the fantasy basketball community, one of the most trusted sources. And the big thing is, don't panic. It's week 1. Adam was on the record saying that the preseason for NBA is not really the preseason. The preseason for the NBA is the first 2 weeks of the season. The first 2 weeks of the season are the real preseason, where you get to see how, teams build chemistry and gel, what kind of, minutes are, how they're going to share the minutes. It's not about like us making impulsive decisions based on players not meeting our expectations. So Walker Kessler has been stinking up the joint. I'm feeling your pain. Like, so many of us who drafted him are feeling your pain. But what I would recommend, at least for the first month of the season, if you can stomach it without taking L's. Now, if Walker Kessler goes into week 2 and he does a repeat of what he did in week 1, and you lose in week 2, then we can have a different discussion the next time we see each other. But for right now, just hold, trust the process, and let's hope that he bounces back. Great question. Cuban Fraudport says Jalen. Yeah, he does. The Highlight Factory says I got Kessler and Duren. Okay, so you got the yin and the yang. Um, QB says he says pick up Lonzo. Pick up Lonzo for what? I'm not messing with Lonzo. I'm not messing with Lonzo. Guys, don't forget, we're gonna try to drop as many questions. We're gonna try to answer as many questions as possible tonight. And also, we're gonna be giving away these two beautiful rookie cards. We're giving away the Cade Cunningham rookie card. We're giving away the Josh Giddey rookie card. We're giving both of those away tonight. We have a list of people who entered. We'll be sharing their names, all of that good stuff. The next question is from, let me see, my man. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm just trying to scroll up. Here we go. So this is from Derek on TikTok. He says, Gafford or Xavier Tillman in a 12-team category league. Ooh, that's good. Man, that's mama's cooking good. So this is a good problem to have. I think that far too often in early season fantasy basketball, we're speculating to see like who's going to be the long-term hold. People had Gafford super high on on their draft lists, on their draft rankings, their projections all throughout the draft season, right? And now we're hearing, and this Steve Adams injury threw us for a loop, and now Xavier Tillman is in the mix. I just did an episode on this. Our actual week 1 episode that we're dropping is going to be separate than this live stream, and that is going to really break down Xavier Tillman. So I don't know if I believe it, right, in terms of Xavier Tillman being a long-term fantasy mainstay. I think he's going to provide some value, which he's already done. But when you look at your bottom 2 spots and you think about streaming for fantasy, you gotta be able to, like my man build a professor. I say this all the time. He said something a long time ago in fantasy. I've been playing fantasy with this man for probably 8 years. He said something one year that blew my mind. He said, you gotta love him and leave him. I said, ooh, that sounds inappropriate. Like, I don't know if I want to love him and leave him, but it makes sense. Like, yeah, we love Tillman today, but we got to drop him tomorrow. So for me, in terms of Tillman and Gafford, right now, I really like what Tillman is doing. So I would go with Tillman in category, points leagues, roto leagues, the works. So that's kind of where I am right now, but I would drop them tomorrow. This one is from Loading. He says, Tyrese Maxey for MVP, still for the 3rd round, huh? I think it was, and I also think he's a great sell high right now. I think with the debacle that is James Harden, the walk-in dumpster fire that is James Harden, this is a great opportunity for you as a Maxey, a person that's that has him on your roster as a Maxey manager. You could move him and get more. If you drafted him in the 3rd or 4th round and you can get a 2nd or 1st rounder for it, even if you got to throw in a little bit of a salt-based sweetener, then do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, throw Maxey, throw Asar Thompson, try to see if you can get Donovan Mitchell, especially while he's injured right now. Devin Booker, especially while he's injured right now. So that's the way I would be thinking about Maxey. I would be like, probably move his butt. Like, go and get now. All right, so I'm gonna try to vet these questions before I put them on the screen. That seems complicated, but I'm gonna challenge myself on this one. Man, that seems complicated, but I'm gonna try it. Actually, I'm not. I'm gonna go to the beginning here. I want to make sure I try to get through as many of these as possible. So this question is this one is from my man Gabriel. Let's go, Gabriel. Gabriel says, yo, what side would you take going into week 2? Dinwiddie and Wiggins, or Conley or Mark Williams and MPJ in a 14-team points league? Let's go. You know I like to do my scales, y'all. So we got Dinwiddie and Wiggins. Conley, farting on that. Mark. Oh, wait a minute. My apologies. I messed that all up, right? So he says Dinwiddie and Wiggins or Conley, right? So that's the option, right? So Dinwiddie, Wiggins, or Conley, all right? Or Mark Williams and MPJ. Mm, 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 ugh. I think I would have to go. Man, this makes me throw up a little bit in my mouth. But I might go Dinwiddie and Wiggins. Let me know if you guys disagree in the comments. I don't know about that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I don't know about that. I probably would go Dinwiddie and Wiggins. Ooh, I threw up in my mouth a little bit. That's wild. I don't believe I said that. But yeah, I would probably go Dinwiddie and Wiggins over Mark Williams and MPJ. I don't believe all the way in MPJ. I'm not there with him yet. Remember, guys, keep dropping your questions in the chat. We're going to try to get to as many questions as possible. We are on YouTube and on TikTok tonight. We haven't done that all season, so we're just testing it out. And remember, we will be giving away both of these cards tonight. We're giving away Cade Cunningham rookie card, SGC 10. We got the Josh Giddey joint with the patch. With the patch, y'all. We got the patch. We're giving those away tonight. We'll be announcing the winner. This is a good one. We got this one from my man Arkash Nama. He says, should I be worrying about Scoot? Should I be worrying about Scoot Henderson? So me and my son is 13. He's a basketball player. He just made the middle school team. We're really proud of him. He worked really hard to get there. The boy could not play before, and he worked his butt off. But we talked about Scoot the other day, and he's super high on Scoot. And I'm like, I'm never really that high on a rookie until I see it. And this is for Victor Wembanyama too. Like, I was like, all right, I'm not that high on him. Let me see what he can do. And Scoot has had a really slow start to the season. So should you be worrying about him? Yes, you should. And I think worrying about him does not equate to a rash decision. So don't make any like questionable decisions. Like, we don't drop Scoot Henderson. I'm not sending him away for cheap, but I'm also a little concerned to see what happens. So I would monitor the situation closely and always weigh it with your season standings. Like, if you're losing games and you got him on your squad and he's putting up duds, just like we talked about with Walker Kessler, then you have to make your decision from there. This one from my man Flight Reacts. He says, I got Brook Lopez and MPJ for streaming in my 8-man. Should I drop them for Pirtle, Kevin Huerter, Nurkic, John Collins, or Jeremy Grant, or keep them? Yeah, and that's the thing too, guys. If you're in an 8-team league, 10-team league, some people are in 6- and 4-man leagues, right? But like, the cool thing about them is that you, just like on 2K, when you play like the 80s team versus the 90s team, or you play the West All-Stars versus the East All-Stars, Team Giannis versus Team LeBron, whatever it is, it's dope to have all All-Stars on your team. But with that said, it's very important when you have a smaller league, and this is a nugget, y'all. So write this down, text your commissioner on this tonight. This is important. Don't forget this one. When you have a smaller league, it's important to expand your roster. So when you have a smaller fantasy league, anything under 12 teams, anything like a 10-man league, an 8-team league, a 6, and people out here doing odd leagues like 7-man leagues, 9-man, like don't do that. Don't do that. Just have some, like, I'll be in your league. Like, don't do that. Don't have a 7-team league. Like, that we can't do. But if you have a smaller league, expand your rosters, because it prevents issues like this, where it's like, all of my players are so good that the waiver wire is so good. The waiver wire is better than, like, somebody could probably make a team from the waiver wire and compete with y'all. Real talk. So to answer your question, Brook Lopez and MPJ, I would probably consider dropping both of those guys for Jeremy Grant. I think Jeremy Grant, if he stays in Portland, I'd probably value him just as high as both of those guys. Pirtle, although he's had a rough start, I also would put him in the same category. Kevin Herter, no. Nurkic, no. And Collins would kind of be fringe. He would kind of be a fringe ad for me there. I would consider dropping like Brook Lopez if John Collins continues to do what he's doing right now in Utah, which is off the hook. The man is cooking. So let's see what we got going on TikTok. This one is from my man. TikTok, y'all got to get it together with the comments, man. Y'all be out here all over the place. This is Keegan. Keegan says, 8-man league. I have the first pick. Who do I pick for my second pick? What the? What? You saying who should you get in the second round, I'm assuming? Okay, so I'm trying to translate here for you, Keegan, and no disrespect. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. So he's in an 8-team league. He has the first pick, so he's going to take Jokic. He's saying who should he get in the second with his next pick, which is like 20 picks later. So I would probably be looking at somebody like hopefully Donovan Mitchell if he's still around, Kyrie if they're still around. That's what I would look at. TMB says, what do you think of my team? I don't know, bro. You got to like share your team. I don't, you got to see it unless I missed it. Lewis says, be patient with Walker or trade away. I love this. Back to the Walker Kessler. The Walker Kessler question is something that we're going to hear all week, guys. So you cannot trade. You cannot sell low. This is a nugget. Get your pencil and paper, right? Get your pencil and paper for this one. You cannot sell low. So I'm going to say no sell low. You cannot sell low. No to sell no. This is going to be backwards for y'all, but still. Oh, that looks wild. You cannot sell low. You always sell high. So if you have a player that you predicted that will perform on a higher level, you don't say, oh my God, like, man, Walker Kessler is sucking butt cheeks, man. I got to trade him away now. No. That's not how you win championships. How you win championships, man, Walker Kessler sucks right now. Let me hold tight until he has a couple of good games and see if I can sell high. And that goes for every underperforming player, guys. It's simple formulas for you guys to win your championships. If you go to our Instagram page and you go to see the highlights on our stories, you'll see all of our champions from last year. We have like 70-something champions who came out of the Believe in Fantasy Basketball community. You're next. If you never won a fantasy basketball championship, you will win one this year if you do the math with us. That's all this is. Methods and math and a little bit of mayhem. Anywho, next question. Brook gonna rise. This one is from Ant Arux. He says, is Brook gonna rise? I'm not so high on Brook Lopez, man. Like one thing I look for in fantasy players, I look for upside and youth. Brook Lopez been holding on to this value for the last few years. It feels like it's slipping through his fingers, and I don't even know how we ended up here. Like, he got to Milwaukee, and all of a sudden, he became like super valuable because he started hitting threes and he increased his blocks. I'm like not sold on it, so I'm not crazy about Brook Lopez. Oh, this is good. We got our first Chet question. Oh my God, I wish I had like a bell or something. Oh shoot, actually I do. Hope I didn't wake up my family. This is the first Chet question of the night. Let's get it. All right. Chet was offered to me for Zion. Ooh. Should I trade Zion away for Chet? Ooh, man, this one hits home for me because I'm in a very similar situation. I have a league mate who is the Zion manager, and I want Zion for Dynasty specifically, but he wants too much, and I'm valuing Chet way higher than Zion right now, just off of like what I've seen in a couple of weeks, but also I've had too many concerns with Zion over the last couple of years. So Chet was offered to me for Zion. I would say in a redraft league, like I wouldn't make that deal. I don't know if I would accept Chet for Zion in a redraft league. But if I was in a dynasty league, I think I would pull the trigger on that one. Straight like that. Okay, so we're gonna do some more questions, but before we do that, we're at the 25-minute mark of the live stream. I want to give away these cards. So I want to do that real quick. So we're gonna go right into that right now. So buckle your seatbelts. If you entered for this, you know, your name will be called. If I don't call your name, if I don't call your name and you did enter, I apologize. There must have been some kind of clerical discrepancy. But we're gonna do the first ever Believe in Fantasy giveaway live on YouTube, live on TikTok. Let me have a sip of my beverage. Okay, so here we go. So to do this, what I want to do is I want to put these names in the hat, right? So I'm going to drop these names in the hat. I want to keep them on camera too, so you guys can see. Like, I'm not trying to do nothing shady, right? I want to make sure everyone has a chance to win. Like, I don't. It's no favoritism. I have some of my like best friends who are participating in this. Also, I have some of our most loyal and dedicated community members participating in this. So I like, it's no favoritism. I just want someone to win, and I also want to have fun. So for my YouTube people, the hat is right here, right? I'm gonna drop these joints in there. I'm gonna keep both hands on camera. For TikTok, you guys can see the actual. You can actually see the hat, so no biggie. And for my people at home who are listening, just try to visualize it. Okay, so first person up is David VO3. That's David VO3. We're gonna take his joint. Let's fold it this way, actually, so I can't peek. I'm gonna fold them joints like that. Boom. Next up, we got my man Pay Homage 2212. Pay Homage. Thank you so much. Pay Homage. Next up, we got AP Jones. AP Jones. That's my man. We got Master Cow 212. That's one of my league mates. Been down with me since 8 years. We got Gear Slammer Z28. Gear Slammer Z28. Gear Slammer Z28. What up? I see you. We're going to put that up in there. And if you hear your name and you win, make sure you link up with your boy so we can get you going. This is Andy A. Bell. We got Andy A. Bell. Andy A. Bell. Okay, put that up in there. Again, nice and fair. Both hands up, like no tricky business. B-Man 3002. B-Man 3002. Y'all got some crazy Apple Podcast names. Maven Phoenix. We got Maven Phoenix up in here. Maven Phoenix. Let's get it. Gabrielle M. Gabrielle N, thank you for entering. We got a bunch of people entering, man. I'm so grateful for you guys. This is nobody. Oh, how about this? Ooh, let's do this. No, I'm not gonna make it should I make it complicated? Let's make it complicated. We're gonna pick somebody from the chat tonight and put it in here. So if you're interested in getting in the drawing, this is you. All I need you to do is put the number 1 as many times as you can in the chat right now, and I'm gonna just pick one of the people that put 1. So I'm coming back to you. I'm gonna put that right here. This is Caleb Bake. Caleb Bake. Caleb Bake. My man Caleb. Oh, I think I know Caleb. Caleb is a TikToker. Noeasy 2023. Noeasy 2023. And guys, I put in mad time going through and getting all these names. So y'all better give me some props for that. Like, I went in, I actually took a pen and wrote this down. I ain't getting paid for this. I'm doing this out the heart, man. Lucky 2846, aka Ethan. I see you. I'm getting some hearts over there. Okay. See Eduardo trying to get up in here. Eduardo, let's do that for the TikTok people. If y'all trying to get on this, y'all drop the hearts. That was really good, Eduardo. Like they do in the NPC. Love the roses. Love the roses. All right, this one is Salty Walty. Oh my God, Salty Walty. I don't have favorites. Y'all. I treat my community like we are all partners. But Salty Walty, you got the best name in the game, my guy. Like, if you win, I'm going to lose my Shih Tzu puppy. Let's get it. Brenton. This one's for Brenton. Got a few more. Don't worry, guys. We're going to get back to some Q&A. We got YCDO, a.k.a. Alex. YCDO, a.k.a. Alex. YCDO, a.k.a. Alex. And then we got Ben Rodriguez. Ben Rodriguez. Ben. Ben, hopefully, Ben, you got a chance. Then we got Ben Goated Podcast. Ben Goated. Got a couple Bens. I hope it's not the same Ben. Because if it's the same Ben and you win twice, that'll be whack. Brett HD, one of our most dedicated, loyal, and active participants in the community. My man Brett HD is in the hat. Then we got, I think it was a mistake there. I'm just throwing that away. That was just something I crumpled up. I'll show you guys. Again, I'm trying to be really accountable here. This is just something I crossed out. I messed up there. This one is my man Jet Swaffer, another one of our most dedicated community members. Then we got Real RX, one of our most new members, I guess, because I don't know that name like that. Sure, do that. Elton. Man, we've been doing this for 6 minutes, y'all. Jeez Louise. Troy Young. Let's go ahead and get a winner here. And then we got 2 more. We got Harshawn. And last but not least, my man, one of our most dedicated community members, my man Antec. So Antec is up. He's in there as well. All right, cool. So I said I was going to pick somebody from the community. I'm going to get a pin real quick. It's a pin. Okay, let's see who we got here. Let's pick somebody. Oh, we got a bunch of ones in the TikTok. Let me see if I got any ones in the YouTube really quick. Oh, we got ones in the YouTube. Oh, baby. Man, but we got way more ones in the TikTok. TikTok is cooking like hot grease. Let's go with my man, Spody Dopalicious. Spody Dopalicious, we putting you in. So you got to stick around and see if you win, all right? So Spody Dopalicious is in. Excuse my handwriting. Spody Dopalicious is in. Spody Dopalicious, shoot me a DM right now just in case. All right, here we go. That's everything, right? That's everything, right? So I'm picking 2 winners tonight. So I'm just going to shake it up. I'm going to just shake it up, and I'm going to put my hand in there. I'm going to grab 2. Try to give it a good shake to get them joints to kind of like, get them joints to move around a little bit. Stop shaking and moving all around. You hear that? It's that AMS. Oh, somebody fell out. It's that ASMR. Like, that's what they do for ASMR, right? Okay, we're going to pick one. First one up. First one. Ready? Here we go. The first winner. Oh, shoot, it was 2. Sorry. Can't have them connected. They need to be separated. If your poster got connected to someone else, you lost automatically. Sorry about that. All right, I need a solo. I need somebody writing a solo. Oh, this is one. Get him off. All right, cool. I got one. Here we go. First one. Ben Rodriguez. Our first winner is Ben Rodriguez. Ben Rodriguez wins the first card. Let me know which card you guys want him to win. Do you want him to win Cade, or do you want him to win Josh Giddey, or are you just salty? I'm going to decide right now when I see Josh or Cade. For Ben Rodriguez, you won yourself either a Josh Giddey or a Cade Cunningham. The Josh Giddey card is hard. Like, it got the fabric on it and everything. So, Cade, that's from Josiah. So this one, Ben Rodriguez, is going to win the Cade Cunningham card. There it is. Ben Rodriguez is our first winner. Okay, we got one more winner. This could be you. Remember, I can't pull out 2 at the same time. I can just pull out 1. Sorry, I'm not trying to make fun of the ASMR community. I think it's a lovely place. Okay, here we go. Oh, not looking. Let me get 1. Oh, is this 1? This seems like it's 1. This is it. Okay. The next person for the final card giveaway. He's going to get the Josh Giddey card. Stop it. Spody Odie. Spody Odie. Spody Odie Licious from TikTok come and stole it. Oh, man. Sorry. I don't want to take your thing. Spody, you send me a DM in TikTok with, just send me a DM. Let's communicate from there. Look at that. You pull up to the live stream, you never know, guys. You never know. And everything we do here is organic and real. And Spody Odie, make sure you claim your stuff, because if you don't claim your stuff, I'm gonna give it away. Let me pick one more person, just a backup person, in case Ben and Spody Odie don't show up. We're gonna pick one more. Y'all okay with that? Put a 1 in the chat if you're okay with that. Put a 1 in the chat if you're okay with that. We're gonna pick one more. Just a backup. Yep. Jack says yes. Okay, cool. Here we go. Nate says 1. Okay, cool. We'll pick 2 more. Just in case they don't show, we'll pick 2 more. All right. This first one up is, and the winner is for Best Actor in a Film, Gear Slammer. Gear Slammer is our first backup. And then our second backup winner, let me shake it. Second backup winner. Oh, can't do 2. Can't do 2. Just can do 1. Troy Young. Troy Young. So Troy and Gear, if they don't show, they don't pull up, then it's all on you. You get to win after that. Just to let you guys know really quick, before we go back into the Q&A, we got some really big news at Believe in Fantasy. I'm your man, Robin Marks. Like, I started this community 2 years ago out of pain. My brother passed away, and when he passed away, I used this fantasy basketball platform to just kind of heal. Like, we didn't have many people in the community. We didn't have a lot of followers. It was none of that stuff. And then we just started building a community from there, brick by brick from the bottom. So I'm proud to say that starting tomorrow, actually, I'm going to be joining the NBC sports team as one of their NBA contributors. So I owe that all to this community. Serving you guys, doing stuff for free for you guys for 2 years has led to me getting some opportunities, and I'm just super grateful for anyone who has ever listened, watched, participated in anything that we do online. So I just wanted to take time to do that. Also wanted to talk about a quick structure change. We've been doing the videos, the weekly videos for our not just videos, but also our podcast episodes. We've been doing them weekly on Sunday nights like this, and then releasing them on Monday. But I'm realizing that people kind of want the stuff sooner. So I'm going to try out for this week and moving forward to get you the episodes on Thursday night or even Friday night at 5 p.m. I'm looking at Thursday, 5 p.m. actually. Thursday, 5 p.m. We'll try it this week. I got 2 kids. I got a wife. I got a job. I got a new job with NBC. There's a lot on my plate, right? But I'm trying to get the content to you guys earlier. So we're going to do our weekly show. Release is going to start coming out on Thursdays. For the live streams, I think I'm going to do the live streams more like this, where it's not like I'm recording a show that I'm going to release later. I'm just kicking it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? You got questions, I'll answer them. That's it. I wanted to talk about NBC. I wanted to talk about the new structure. Wanted to congratulate Spody Odilicious and Ben Rodriguez for winning these cards, and also for Troy Young and Gear Slammer as the backups, just in case. And I think Troy and Gear Slammer, I might even just send you guys something on the strength. I'll send you like an ungraded rookie card. I have some Josh Giddeys and some Evan Mobleys I can give you guys. So I'll send you something either way. So let's get back to the Q&A. I'm going to go right to, this is good. I'm going to do this one. This is from my man, Keel Flores. What up, Keel? He says, Robin, your brother's watching over you. Congratulations on the NBC gig, my man. That is a blessing. Listen, Keel, I appreciate you, man. And like I say all the time, like, if it wasn't for the fantasy basketball platform that we built here, I wouldn't have got through that time. So I'm super grateful for that comment, man. All right, so let me get to some questions, liven it up a little bit. I don't want to take y'all down a sad, memorial for my brother, but he would be laughing and giving us high fives right now. So we're gonna do that big for him. This one is from Josiah. He says, "Is Caruso a pickup or is he just on a hot streak, 12-man points league?" So he is on a hot streak right now. So he has been like waiver wire material for years, right? But he's been on everyone's roster at one point or another if you practice streaming. So I would pick him up. Yeah. Will he be a season long hold? I don't think so, but I think that depending on your needs, he would be somebody I'd consider picking up. Great question. This one is from JVNH. Should I trade away Tyrese Maxey, Asar Thompson, and a Kongwu for Anthony Edwards? I think that's very pricey for Anthony Edwards. Um, I wouldn't be against it depending on the size of your league. So if you're in a smaller league, a deal like this doesn't hurt as bad. If you're in a deeper league, it would be tough. So I would be open to it depending on the league size. This one is from Exo Snipes. He says, "You think Kuminga is going to pop off this season?" Pop off? I don't know if I say he pop off. I think he'll be all right. I don't know if he's going to pop off. Like, popping off to me is like what SGA did last season. Oh, that's a pop off, right? What Jalen Duren is doing this season. Oh, that's a pop off. Kuminga, I don't know if he's going to pop off. He might be better than he was, but I don't know if he's going to pop off. I appreciate the question nonetheless. This is from Flight Reacts. He says, Wiggins got drops. What are your thoughts on him in an 8-man? I'm grabbing Wiggins. Oh, yeah. For an 8-man league, absolutely. And if depending on who your bottom two players are, he might be a rotational streaming piece. He might not be like a hold, but Wiggins has a potential, especially if there's an injury to Clay or um, Steph Curry or something like that. He could be super valuable. So I would not be against that. This one is just some props from Gabriel. I'm not going to be mad at sharing that. So thank you, Gabriel. He said this guy's GOAT. I'm assuming he's talking about me and not Michael Jordan. This one is from Keel again. He says, "My man, how do you feel like Lively for 16-team ESPN points league? Is he worth a whole?" Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think for a 16-teamer, absolutely. Like, what do you got on your roster that would be worth holding over Derek Lively? And listen, the thing, and this is what we talk about. We talk about upside, we talk about youth, and we talk about declining, aging stars, right? So, like, for me, we talked about Brook Lopez a little earlier on. If I had to pick right now out of Brook Lopez and Derek Lively, I would, especially in a deeper league, I'll be looking at Derek Lively like, yo, he might outperform him. It remains to be seen, but like for me, I always think about where is the player on their journey and like what kind of, you know, ceiling would they have? With Lively, his ceiling is like kind of limitless because he's a young guy in an offense where, he has two of the best scorers in the league right now. So listen, I love Lively, and I would strongly recommend holding him if you can in a 16-team league. Like, and you could put your foot on your league mate's neck with that one. I'm sorry. Let's go over to TikTok. Make sure we're not ignoring my fam over there. My man Red Tastic says, "What's a good forward to trade Allen for?" And again, it really depends on what you're looking for. Like a good forward, like maybe Randall. You might have to throw in a little bit of a sweetener on top of Allen to get Randall, but I would be looking at somebody like Julius Randle. This one is from Blake Burnett. He says, "Should I use my first waiver on Max Strus?" Ooh, we just talked about Max Strus in our week 2 show. Max Strus is going off, y'all. And if you saw him when he played for the Heat, you could tell that he was a dog. Like a dog. There was one game where he had a really poor shooting night, and the next game he came back gunning. Like, I don't care if I missed, like a historic amount of 3-pointers. I'm going to keep putting up the shots. Attacking the basket, people are concerned about him not having value when Garland gets back or when Donovan Mitchell gets back. They playing your man as small forward too. So I have the utmost faith in his performance, in his production, I should say. But I don't think it'll be this high. He's not going to get like 39 minutes a game. He's not going to, put up 50, 60 fantasy points. But I do believe he's a valuable piece to have at the bottom of your roster. So should you give up your number one spot? I don't give up my number one spot for a lot. I'll give up my number one spot if there's a critical injury, somebody's out for the season, or like something like that happens. I don't think I would do it for Max Strus though. Let's do a couple more because I want to make sure. Let's do as many more as we can. Not a couple more. I'm not trying to throw y'all off with that. Keel. I'm showing Keel love. My bad. He says, my man, how do you feel? Oh, I already did that one. My bad, Keel. This one is from eBay Bailey Thompson. Randall for Kawhi and Jarrett Allen. I think Kawhi and Jarrett Allen wins that easy. Easy. This one is from Unknown Trail. He says, thoughts on how Ben Simmons will be rest of season? I love this question a lot. So I drafted Ben Simmons in a bunch of places, and I think that he's in a place where he's getting back to what we expect from him, but on a bit of a lower scale. It's almost as if he's accepted the fact that he's not the number one guy or the number two guy. He's kind of like conceded to that. But I do believe he'll be way more valuable than where he went in drafts. He's not going to be like 10th round value. He's going to be a lot higher than that. So for me, rest of the season, I think, he's somebody that I would hold in terms of where he lands at the end of the season. Maybe he could be in the like top 60, I think. If he keeps it up, I think he could do top 60. I think that's realistic. This is a good one. What should I flip marketing for? I got offered Maxey, and I have one guy who's tempted to give me Trey. Whoa. If you could get Trey from Maxey, oh my goodness, do that. Do that now. Like, let's not mess around with that. Like, let's not, listen, we got a term that we say in the hood. Don't play with my food, man. Don't play with my food. I don't play with my food. Like, Trey Young? For Maxey? Come on, man. Where they do that at? I'm not thinking about that. I'm clicking yes. And okay, Trey had a questionable slow start to his season. Questionably slow start to his season. It's okay. It's Trey Young. He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. Oh shoot. Highlight Factory is in the building. He says Harden is a disgrace. Oh man, that is harsh. Listen, I hope that he gets to play, man, because I got him in a couple of spots, man, and it's crushing me right now. We got one from Unknown Trail again. He says MPJ and Melton or Kuzma. I might go Kuzma there. That one makes me think a little bit. Word up. Let me take another one from the TikTok. It says, Blake says, is Max Strus a lineup lock? I'm assuming you're talking sleeper lock in. Maybe you're talking sleeper, but either way, yeah, I think he's a lock. I like him a lot. This is a good one. Austin says, why is Kessler doing so bad? This one, it probably has to do with him just kind of adjusting to year two. He had a pretty good year one, and now he's just adjusting to year two. So I'll say this. Do not drop Walker Kessler. Do not try to trade away Walker Kessler. Give him a couple of weeks. If you go down to 0-3 because of him, then maybe think about moving him or think about dropping him or think about making some kind of change to your roster. But if you go down 0-3 and you got Walker Kessler, he's not the reason you're 0-3. It's more than that. So, do what you got to do, but just know that Walker Kessler is not someone that we're trying to trade. We do not sell low. No to sell low. No, we do not sell low. Now that you are prepared to dominate week 2, make sure you check out our episode about early season do's and don'ts. This episode was presented to you by BetOnline, where the game starts.